Hello everyone, welcome back to our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner series. Today we are diving into Domain 3, Cloud Technology and Services, which represents 34% of the scored content on the exam. This domain is critical for understanding how AWS operates and the various services it offers. In this video, I'll outline the key points you need to remember and provide actionable tips on how to prepare effectively for this domain. What is cloud computing? To start, let's briefly recap what cloud computing is. In simplest terms, cloud computing allows businesses and individuals to access and use IT resources over the internet rather than relying solely on local servers. This provides flexibility, scalability, and cost efficiencies. Cloud deployment models. Understanding the different cloud deployment models is fundamental. There are three primary models. Public cloud resources are hosted by a third-party provider and shared by multiple organizations. AWS is a prime example of a public cloud offering extensive services and global reach. Private cloud. This is a dedicated environment for a single organization. It offers enhanced security and control, but typically at a higher cost. Hybrid cloud. This model combines public and private clouds, allowing data and applications to be shared between them. It's beneficial for organizations that require flexibility and scalability while keeping sensitive data secure. Be prepared to discuss these models in the context of different scenarios. Understanding which model is best suited for specific business needs is essential for the exam. Key AWS services categories. Now let's explore the key service categories offered by AWS which you need to master. Compute services, Amazon EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. This service allows you to run virtual servers in the cloud with a resizable capacity. Understand instances, AMIs, and pricing models. AWS Lambda, a serverless computing service that lets you run code in response to events without provisioning servers. It's crucial for developing microservices and event-driven applications. Storage services, Amazon S3, simple storage service, a scalable object storage service. Be familiar with concepts such as buckets, objects, and lifecycle management. Amazon EBS Elastic Block Store provides block storage volumes for use with Amazon EC2 instances. Knowing how to manage snapshotting and volume types is important. Database services, Amazon RDS, Relational Database Service, manages relational databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, and SQL Server. Understanding multi-availability, zone deployments, and backup options is beneficial. Amazon DynamoDB, a fully managed NoSQL database service. Be sure to understand its benefits, including scalability and global distribution. These categories form the backbone of AWS services, and questions related to them frequently appear on the exam. Make sure to understand the use cases and advantages of each service. Networking and content delivery. Next, we'll tackle networking and content delivery. Key services include Amazon VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. This allows you to create isolated networks within the AWS cloud. Understand subnets, route tables, and security group. AWS CloudFront, a content delivery network, CDN, that speeds up the distribution of your static and dynamic web content. It's deployed across a global network of edge locations. Understanding how these services work together to deliver high-performance applications is critical. You may be asked about performance tuning and efficiency improvements using these services. Security and identity services. Security should always be top of mind in the cloud. Important services to know include AWS IAM, Identity and Access Management. Defines who can access what resources in AWS. Understand policies, users, groups, and roles in detail. AWS Key Management Service, KMS, manages encryption keys to protect data across AWS services. Be prepared to discuss data security best practices in your preparation. Familiarize yourself with AWS's shared responsibility model, which outlines the security responsibilities of both AWS and the customer. Other important services. Lastly, don't overlook services like AWS CloudFormation for infrastructure as code, allowing you to manage your AWS resources with templates. Amazon CloudWatch, monitoring and observability service for AWS cloud resources. Now let's look at some actionable tips for mastering this domain. Use AWS free tier. Sign up for the AWS free tier and explore services hands-on. This is invaluable for building familiarity. AWS documentation. Dive into the AWS documentation for each service. It's comprehensive and serves as an excellent study resource. Online courses. Consider taking supplementary courses from AWS or other reputable platforms that cover cloud technology and services in depth. Practice questions. Use practice exams to test your understanding of the material. This will help identify areas where you need improvement. Join study groups. Engaging with the others preparing for the same certification can provide motivation, insights, and support. Key takeaways. In summary, cloud technology and services is a pivotal domain for your AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. Focus on understanding the different service categories, deployment models, and core AWS services to succeed. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions or want to discuss any concepts further, drop your comments below. Good luck with your studies and see you in the next video.